People only value what they fear losing. That's the truth. Let that sink in, because right now, someone in your life thinks they can treat you however they want and that you will still be there. They've become comfortable, too comfortable. No, they assume your kindness is endless, your patience is guaranteed, and your loyalty is a given. Why? Because you trained them to think that way. You showed them that no matter how little they give, you'll always be around, and that's where you went wrong. No more excuses. No more, but they'd love me. No more, maybe they'll change. No more, if I just prove my worth, they'll finally see it. If they haven't seen your worth by now, they never deserved you to begin with. Before we go any further, hit that like button, subscribe and stay with me, because today you're about to wake up. And when you do, they're going to feel it. Now picture this. You walk into a restaurant every week. You're polite, you tip well. You're a loyal customer. But the staff gives you cold food, terrible service, and an attitude as if they're doing you a favor. Yet, you keep coming back, smiling and paying full price. What do you think happens? Do they suddenly start treating you better? Hell no. They assume you'll take whatever they give you. That's exactly how people treat you when you keep accepting less than you deserve. And you wonder why they don't respect you, why they don't call back, why they only show up when they need something. Because they know that no matter how little effort they put in, you'll still be there, making excuses for them, hoping they'll change. Wake up. They realized your worth a long time ago. They just didn't care, and why would they? You made it too damn easy. You handed them your heart, your time, your energy, and your loyalty without requiring them to earn it. You became their safety net, their backup plan, their comfort zone. And let me tell you something. The second someone gets comfortable with your presence, they stop valuing it. So tell me, what happens when you take that comfort away? What happens when you stop reaching out, when you stop answering their half-hearted messages, when you stop being their emotional doormat and start acting like the high-value person you actually are? I'll tell you what happens. They feel it hard. They wake up one morning and your energy is gone, your warmth is gone, your support has vanished. And that's when it hits them, not because you told them, not because you sent a long emotional message, not because you begged them to change. It hits them because of your absence, your silence, and your glow-up. Listen carefully, people don't regret losing you when you cry. They regret losing you when they see you thrive without them, when they realize they no longer have access to the version of you they took for granted, when they see you moving forward while they're stuck exactly where you left them. And by then, it's too damn late. But here's the real truth. This isn't about them. This isn't about making them miss you. This is about you finally waking up. This is about you refusing to let another person treat you like an option. Because let's be honest, the only reason they were able to take you for granted was that you let them. And today, that stops. No more explaining yourself. No more proving yourself. No more begging for the bare minimum from people who never deserved you in the first place. And most importantly, you're going to make damn sure they never get another chance to take you for granted again. If you're done being the person who's always available, always forgiving, and always taken for granted, drop a comment right now. I refuse to be taken for granted. Say it, own it, live it. Because what's coming next is going to ensure that no one ever dares to take your presence lightly again. Stop chasing. Make them feel your absence. The more you chase, the faster they run. The more you give, the less they appreciate. The harder you try, the easier it is for them to ignore you. That's the reality. And right now, someone in your life is convinced you'll always be there, waiting, hoping, proving yourself. But here's the brutal truth. You've been feeding them that lie. You've been bending over backward, breaking yourself just to be noticed, sacrificing your peace just to be chosen. And for what? To be met with indifference, to be treated like an afterthought. Imagine walking into an auction. The bidding starts and the price climbs higher and higher because everyone wants that one item. But then the auctioneer stops and says, "Forget the bidding. We're giving this away for free." What do you think happened? The bidders lose interest. They step back because now that once valuable item feels cheap, it's lost its worth. That's exactly how people treat you when you keep giving without requiring anything in return. The moment you stop making them earn your time, energy, and love, they stop valuing it. And yet you sit there wondering, why don't they appreciate me? Let's be honest, because you made it too easy. You handed over your loyalty like a free sample at a grocery store. You gave them the consistency of a partner, the patience of a saint, the loyalty of someone who would never leave, all without them ever proving they deserved it. And deep down, you knew it. You felt it, but you ignored that feeling because somewhere along the way, you were taught a lie. The lie that told you love is sacrifice, that if you just try harder, if you just give more, if you just prove yourself enough, they'll wake up one day and finally love you the way you deserve. But tell me this, when has trying harder ever worked? Did they stay because you kept sacrificing? Did they cherish you because you forgave them for the 100th time? Did they suddenly respect you because you lowered your standards to accommodate their bare minimum? No, because here's a truth society never wanted you to know. The harder you try, the less they value you, not just in relationships, but in life. We don't respect what's handed to us. We respect what we have to work for. Look at people who win the lottery. They blow through millions because they never had to earn it. Look at employees who get promotions handed to them. They take their positions for granted because it required no effort. And now look at you sitting here wondering why someone who never had to work for your love doesn't respect it. You think giving more will fix things. You think proving yourself will finally make them realize what they have. Wake up! You're pouring yourself into someone who wouldn't lift a finger for you. You're exhausted and drained, wondering why they don't see your worth. But the real question is, why are you still trying to make them see it? Because the truth is, you were always enough. They just never had to earn you. And that's where you messed up. You gave them the loyalty of a lifetime for the effort of a stranger. You kept picking up the phone, kept checking in, kept fighting for a spot in their life, while they barely lifted a damn finger to keep you in theirs. And now they don't appreciate you. Why would they? They never had to work for you. They never had to rise to meet your standards. You lowered yourself to accommodate them, and now you're paying the price. But that changes today. Because today you stop auditioning for a role they were never going to give you. You stop over-giving, over-explaining, and over-sacrificing for someone who never once stopped to ask, am I good enough for them? When was the last time they tried for you? When was the last time they fought to keep you? When was the last time they put in effort without you begging for it? If you can't answer that, you already know what you need to do. But let's talk about that fear. That fear of what if I stop trying and they leave? Let them walk. Let them feel what it's like to exist without your energy, without your support, without the privilege of having you in their life. Because that's exactly what it is. A privilege. And if they couldn't see that when they had you, they sure as hell don't deserve the chance to realize it later. And don't you dare think that walking away makes you weak. Walking away makes you powerful. It makes you the one thing they never expected, unavailable. It makes you a mystery again. And trust me, nothing haunts people more than losing what they thought they could always have. So what do you do now? You rise. You stop chasing. You stop explaining yourself. You stop justifying why you deserve basic respect. You stop applying for a position in their life that they never even opened. You stop convincing someone to choose you because the right person would never need convincing. Real love, real respect, real connection doesn't require you to break yourself just to be seen. And if someone only realizes your worth when you walk away, that's proof they were never worthy of you to begin with. So now you have a choice. You can keep running on this hamster wheel, exhausting yourself, hoping that one day they'll appreciate you. Or you can step off, walk away, and finally become the version of yourself that no one, and I mean no one, can ever take for granted again. When words fail, let silence speak. Silence is not empty, it's full of answers. And right now, you're talking too much, explaining too much, begging, pleading, trying to make them understand what they did, why you're hurt, why you deserve better. And what has it gotten you? Ignored, dismissed, overlooked. Because here's the truth. People don't hear words. They feel absence. So today, stop wasting your breath. Imagine a radio playing non-stop 24/7. At first, you listen. Maybe you even like the music. But after a while, it just blends into the background. It's always there, so you stop paying attention. But what happens when it suddenly cuts off? When the static disappears and there's nothing but silence? Now you notice. Now you feel the difference. Now you wonder what happened. That's how people treat you when you're always explaining yourself, always trying to fix things, always giving them access to your emotions. They stop listening. They take your voice for granted because they know it will always be there. But the moment you go quiet, now they notice. Because let me tell you something, people don't appreciate consistency, they appreciate scarcity. When you're always available, always willing to talk, always smoothing things over, they get comfortable. They assume they can treat you however they want, and you'll still be there, giving them endless chances, forgiving their mistakes, making excuses for their half-hearted efforts, and you keep playing right into it because deep down, you're afraid. Afraid that if you stop reaching out, stop explaining, stop responding, they'll forget about you. Afraid that if you go silent, they won't come looking. Afraid that if you disappear, they won't care. And that fear is keeping you trapped. Because, guess what? If silence makes someone forget you, they were never yours to begin with. If your absence doesn't shake them, your presence never meant anything to them. Let that sink in, because right now, you're sitting here thinking one more conversation, one more explanation, one more emotional speech is gonna change something. But tell me, has it worked so far? Has all your talking, all your begging, all your over-explaining made them love you more, respect you more, value you more? No, because words don't teach people lessons. Loss does. And you're not about to teach them with words anymore. You're about to teach them with silence. Do you want to know why silence is so powerful? Because it forces them to sit with themselves. It forces them to fill in the blanks. It forces them to wonder. They expect you to react. They expect you to break. They expect you to break. They expect you to keep running back just like you always. And when you don't, when you remove yourself, when you vanish without warning, without explanation, without one last speech, it messes with them because now they have no control, no reassurance, no idea what's going on in your mind. And nothing haunts a person more than the unknown. You ever notice how the second you stop texting, stop calling, stop responding, suddenly they're checking your stories, liking your posts, sending out little breadcrumbs to see if you'll bite? That's not love. That's ego. That's them realizing they're no longer the center of your world and panicking because they don't have power over you anymore. But here's the catch. If you break now, if you respond, if you give them the reaction they're looking for, you lose. Because the second they see you're still available, still waiting, still emotionally attached, they relax. They pull back because now they know you're still there, still theirs, still an option, and you just set yourself back to square one. So don't break. Don't answer that. Hey, how have you been? Text. Don't fall for that "I miss you" message that only comes when they're bored. Don't let your silence turn into waiting, because silence isn't about waiting for them to notice you. It's about you noticing yourself, noticing that you were never the problem. Noticing that the real issue was that you kept explaining your worth instead of making them feel it. Noticing that you don't need closure, you don't need validation, you don't need one last conversation, you just need to walk away. Because trust me, if they truly valued you, they would have acted like it while they still had you, not after you went silent, not after they lost access to you. And if silence makes them realize your worth, that's their burden to carry, not yours. So what do you do now? Now you disappear. No warnings, no explanations, no dramatic goodbyes, just silence. Let them sit in the void they created. Let them wonder, let them regret. And while they're busy questioning everything, you move the hell on. You level up, you focus on yourself. You channel all that energy you wasted on them into becoming the best version of yourself. Because when they finally come back around, when they finally realize what they lost, when they finally start scrambling to get you back, you'll be long gone. And that is how you win. Disappearing, evolving, and returning unrecognizable is the real power move. People don't regret losing the one who begged. They don't lose sleep over the one who cried, who sent long messages, who sat around waiting, hoping for a change that never came. They regret losing the one who leveled up without them, the one who walked away and never looked back, the one who became so untouchable, so powerful, that by the time they realized what they lost, they couldn't reach it anymore. And that is exactly who you're about to become. Think about every great movie you've ever seen. The main character gets betrayed, heartbroken, left behind. You expect them to crumble, to beg, to fall apart. But they don't. Instead, they vanish. They disappear into the shadows. And when they return, they're stronger, smarter, more powerful than ever. And the ones who underestimated them, now they're the ones shaking. That's you. That's the energy you need to step into. Because right now, someone out there thinks they broke you. They think you're still stuck in the same place they left you. They think they still have a hold on you. And why wouldn't they? You made it easy. You gave them everything. You showed up. You fought. You tried. You explained. You forgave. But now you go silent. You don't announce your comeback. You don't post "I'm focusing on myself" quotes, hoping they notice. You don't throw hints or breadcrumbs waiting for them to react. You just level up quietly, ruthlessly, because real power moves in silence. People don't fear what they see coming. They fear what they can't predict. And when you stop being predictable, when you stop reacting the way they expect, when you stop making your next move obvious, that's when they start paying attention. But let's be clear. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about making them jealous. This isn't about hoping they notice. This is about you. This is about reclaiming your time, your energy, your power. This is about becoming so undeniable, so unshakable, that by the time they even think about coming back, they realize they don't even have a chance. So what does leveling up really mean? It means getting your mind right. Stop replaying the past. Stop giving your energy to people who wouldn't even cross the street for you. You know what's more attractive than a bitter, heartbroken person? A focused, driven, unstoppable one. It means fixing your body, not for them, not for some petty revenge body nonsense, but for you. Train like you're sculpting a new version of yourself. Feel the strength return with every drop of sweat. Look in the mirror and recognize the power staring back at you. It means building your empire. Get your money up, secure your future, chase every single dream you put on hold for someone who never even deserved your time. Because nothing, and I mean nothing, haunts people more than seeing you succeed without them. And when you do post your glow up, do it with quiet confidence, not in a way that screams, "Look at me, I'm doing better," but in a way that says, "I wasn't even thinking about you." Because the moment they realize you're not seeking their attention, that's when they start paying attention. They will watch you, they will wonder, they will question everything. And when they finally reach out, when they finally send that weak, "Hey, how have you been?" text, thinking they still have a chance, they'll realize they don't even know the person you've become. Because the old you, the one who settled, the one who overgave, the one who waited, that version of you is dead. So tell me, are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to stop proving yourself to people who never deserved you in the first place? Are you ready to become so damn untouchable that the past can't even recognize you anymore? Then stop explaining, stop waiting, start moving. Because the moment you level up without them, that's the moment they start realizing what they lost. If it's weak, it gets no response. Every time you respond to weak efforts, you teach them that the bare minimum is enough. Let that sink in. Right now, someone thinks they can come and go as they please. They ignore you, disappear for weeks, treat you like an afterthought, and then waltz back into your life with a lazy, "Hey, how have you been?" and still expect your attention. And the worst part, you've been letting them. You've been rewarding their inconsistency with your energy. You've been giving space in your life to someone who didn't earn it. You've been allowing weak attempts to take up space in your mind. And today that stops. Imagine owning a 5-star restaurant. Your menu is exclusive, your standards are high, and people line up just for a chance to experience what you offer. But then someone walks in and says, "I don't feel like paying, but I'll take a plate." What do? Do you hand them a full-course meal, hoping they'll appreciate it and decide to pay next time? Hell no, you show them the door. Because the moment you start giving things away for free, you set the expectation that your value costs nothing. And that's exactly what you're doing every time you respond to weak efforts. A lazy text, a half-hearted "I miss you," a random reaction to your story just enough to see if you're still there, just enough to check if they still have access to you. And when you respond, when you engage, when you take the bait, they win. Because now they know they don't have to put in real effort. They know you're still available, still waiting, still hoping that maybe, just maybe, this time it's different. It's not different. If they cared, they would show you. If they respected you, they would prove it. If they truly wanted you in their life, they wouldn't be giving you the bare minimum and expecting you to be grateful for it. Right now, they're not afraid to lose you because they think they still have you. And let me tell you something. People only learn through consequences. They don't learn when you explain. They don't learn when you cry. They don't learn when you send long messages about how much they hurt you. They learn when they reach out and get nothing in return. When they send that weak "miss you" and get silence. When they drop a lazy text and get no response. When they realize they no longer have access to you, your time, your energy, that's when it hits them. Because nothing haunts people more than realizing they lost something valuable because they took it for granted. And here's the part where you hesitate. What if they actually miss me? What if they've changed? What if this time they mean it? No, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression, and their first impression was weak, half-hearted, not enough. And if you respond now, you tell them that weakness is enough, that inconsistency is enough, that you're still the same person who will accept whatever scraps they throw your way. Are you? Or are you done playing this game? Because the moment you stop responding, the moment you stop rewarding their half-hearted efforts with your attention, the moment you show them that their weak attempts don't even deserve a reaction, that's when they feel it. Ooh. That's when they sit there staring at their phone, wondering why you didn't reply. That's when their ego takes a hit. That's when they start questioning everything. And by the time they realize, it's too late, because now you're out of reach. And listen, this isn't about playing games. This isn't about pretending not to care when you do. This is about finally recognizing your worth and refusing to entertain anyone who doesn't meet your standards. So here's your new rule. If it's weak, it gets no response. No more replying just because you feel bad. No more engaging just because you're lonely. No more giving second chances to people who never deserved the first one. From now on, silence is your response. And if they really want you, they'll prove it. Become the plot twist they never saw coming. The moment they think they figured you out, you've already outgrown them. Let that sink in. Right now, someone out there thinks they know you. They think they've mapped out every part of you, your reactions, your patience, your limits. They believe they can pull away and you'll chase, ignore you and you'll try harder, walk away and you'll wait for them. They assume they can treat you however they want and still have access to you. And up until now, you've been proving them right. But that version of you, dead, gone, buried. Because nothing shakes people more than realizing the person they took for granted no longer exists. That the patterns they relied on, broken. That the reactions they expected, gone. That the comfort of knowing you'd always be there, destroyed. And now they have to question everything. Imagine watching a TV show where you think you know exactly what's coming next. Same characters, same storyline, same predictable mistakes. You feel confident you've got it all figured out. And then, plot twist. The character who used to beg for love, now untouchable. The one who always waited, now unavailable. The one who over-explained, over-gave, over-loved, now out of reach. And just like that, the entire story changes. That's you. You are about to become the plot twist. Because right now they assume they still know you, they assume they've seen every side of you. They assume you're still the same person they walked away from. But you're not, because today you changed the script. You stop being the one who reaches out first. You stop being the one who fights to keep them. You stop being the one who explains, who justifies, who waits around hoping they'll finally see your worth. You let your absence teach them what your presence never could. And let me tell you something. Nothing haunts people more than uncertainty. The moment they don't know what's going on in your head, the moment they can't predict your next move, the moment they realize they no longer have control over you, that's when they start to panic. Because suddenly you're a mystery, and people don't forget mysteries. They obsess over them. They replay the last conversation. They check your social media, wondering why you're not posting sad quotes anymore. They start asking mutual friends if you've moved on, if you're seeing someone, if you even think about them anymore. And the scariest part for them, they don't know. They don't know if you still care. They don't know if they still have a chance. They don't know if they ruin things for good. And that uncertainty will eat them alive. Because let's be honest, When they thought they had you, they didn't appreciate you. They didn't respect you. They didn't value you. They got lazy because they thought you'd never leave. Now they don't have that luxury. Now they have to sit with their decisions. Now they have to wonder if they lost something irreplaceable. Now they have to live with the fact that they miscalculated badly. And by the time they realize what they lost, you'll be too far gone. Because this isn't just about making them regret it. This is about you stepping into the version of yourself who never has to prove their worth again. So here's what you do. You disappear. You don't announce it. You don't send a long message explaining why. You just remove yourself. You level up. You shift your energy, your focus, your attention. You become someone so powerful, so confident, so untouchable that even if they do come back, they wouldn't even recognize the person you've become. Because the old you, the one who settled, the one who overgave, the one who waited, that version of you is dead. So tell me, are you finally done being the person they assume they can replace? Are you finally done settling for people who never even deserved a seat at your table? Then step into your power, because when they look back, they won't recognize you. And that's how you win. Don't keep them on hold. The moment they believe you'll wait forever, they lose all urgency to keep you. Let that hit you like a train. Right now, someone out there walks around completely unbothered, completely confident that no matter how long they vanish, how little effort they put in, you'll still be here waiting like a fool in love. And the worst part, you've been proving them right. You've been rejecting new opportunities and ignoring potential connections, all while sitting in a twisted emotional waiting room. You're convinced that if you're patient enough, they'll eventually wake up and realize what they had. But here's the cold truth. They won't. Ask yourself, why do they act this way? Because people rarely feel the urgency to hold on to what they believe they can always come back to. They don't rush to fix things when time is on their side. They don't fear losing you when they're sure you'll never truly leave. And that certainty is exactly why they haven't changed their behavior. Picture yourself at an airport waiting for a flight that's delayed. Not once, not twice, but over and over. First it's 30 minutes, then an hour, then 2. Yet you stay, holding on to the hope that the flight will eventually take off. Now imagine that the airline never intended to launch that flight at all. They knew you'd keep waiting, hoping, wasting precious time while they never planned to take off. That's precisely what they're doing to you. They keep you emotionally parked, confident that you'll always be there, even if it means delaying your own journey. This isn't merely about waiting. It's about letting someone else decide the pace of your life and the value of your time. The people who truly value you won't risk leaving you in limbo. They won't disappear just to see if they can find something better. They show up, commit, and make it crystal clear that you are a priority. So if someone treats you like a backup plan, assuming you'll always be waiting, it's time to change the rules without pleading, arguing, or making empty threats. Sometimes the best move is simply to walk away. Consider this. Nothing shakes a person more than realizing that the safety net they took for granted is suddenly gone. There are no warnings, no dramatic goodbyes, no long discussions about where you stand, just your complete absence. And that absence speaks volumes. As the old saying goes, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. When you stop waiting, they finally begin to feel what they never appreciated before. They start to wonder why you're no longer there. They question what changed, what happened, and what made you realize your worth. For the first time, they're forced to face the possibility that they never truly valued you. You might be thinking, but what if they come back? What if they say they miss me? The truth is, if they cared, they would have shown it long before you even considered waiting. Their half-hearted texts and lazy check-ins only confirm that they believed you'd always be around without effort on their part. And if you allow them back without making them work for your presence, you're telling them that your absence was temporary and that you're still willing to wait. That's not acceptable. The moment you let them slip back in without any cost to themselves, you lose the chance to enforce your true value. Remember, the real problem isn't in waiting. It's in allowing someone else to control your time and, by extension, your worth. You deserve better than to be kept on hold indefinitely. No one should have the luxury to decide when you move on from the airport of life. It's time to reclaim control over your schedule, your energy, and your heart. Stop letting anyone put your life on pause. Refuse to be the one who waits endlessly while someone else drifts through your days without care. Choose to leave behind the people who treat you like an option. Let your absence be a lesson that the value of your presence is not something to be taken lightly. When you stop waiting, you force them to confront the fact that you were never guaranteed. And once they realize that, uncertainty sets in, and that uncertainty can be far more haunting than any goodbye ever was. So stand firm. Refuse to be stuck in an emotional terminal where flights never depart. Your time is precious, and your worth is non-negotiable. It's time to choose yourself over the empty promises of those who never meant to prioritize you. Set the bar they can't reach. When someone takes you for granted, it isn't just a fleeting mistake. It's a miscalculation that will haunt them forever. The only real punishment for undervaluing you is to become the benchmark they'll never be able to reach again. Right now, there are people out there who think you were just another option on their menu, someone replaceable with a similar flavor. A presence they believe they can swap out without any real loss. They convince themselves that if they ever decide to come crawling back, you'll be there waiting, just as you always have been. But here's the truth. What you offered was rare and unique, and once they realize that, it will be too late. Imagine yourself as the signature dish at an exclusive high-end restaurant, a dish so meticulously crafted that people travel from afar just to taste it. Your presence is the culinary equivalent of a masterpiece, one that leaves an indelible mark on anyone fortunate enough to experience it. Yet, if someone casually decides, I can find something just as good elsewhere, and leaves, they'll soon discover that no other meal compares. They'll search high and low, trying different places, only to find that every substitute falls short of the unforgettable flavor and essence you provided. When they finally attempt to return, they find the door closed and the waiting list full, a testament to the irreplaceable value you hold. You are about to become that unreachable standard, the gold standard that others can only dream of matching. Some might ask themselves, what if I could have someone like that again? Or did I really lose something valuable? The answer will be painfully clear. If they ever truly appreciated what they had, they wouldn't have taken it for granted. They'll come to understand that your love, your energy, and your unwavering support were not commodities to be replaced at a moment's notice, but treasures that cannot be duplicated. Consider the analogy of a rare gemstone. There are countless stones in the world, but only one is a diamond. Radiant, unique, and utterly irreplaceable. Once that diamond is lost, every imitation is just that, an imitation lacking the true brilliance of what once was. Your worth is like that diamond. When someone fails to recognize its rarity, they set themselves on a path of regret, for they will never encounter another gem that shines with the same intensity. This isn't about seeking revenge or orchestrating suffering. It's about reclaiming your power and affirming your value so that you become the standard they can never hope to meet. Think about it. When you raise your standards and live your life with such unapologetic self-worth, you force them to confront a bitter truth. They underestimated you. They assumed that your kindness, your patience, and your boundless capacity to love were ordinary and easily replaceable. And once you walk away and elevate yourself to a level of excellence they can't replicate, they'll be left questioning everything they once believed. Imagine a person who spends years clinging to a relationship, convinced that they can always find someone else who will mirror the love and support they once had. But then one day, that person transforms into someone unrecognizable. A version so empowered and elevated that every moment of shared history becomes a painful reminder of what was lost. They'll be forced to ask, what did I have, and why did I let it slip away? They will scramble through memories, each recollection sharpening the sting of regret until they finally understand that you were never meant to be just another option. Your journey isn't about being accessible or predictable. It's about evolving into someone so formidable, so extraordinary that the thought of replacing you becomes unthinkable. As the old saying goes, quality is remembered long after the price is forgotten. When you set the bar so high that no one can meet it, you transform your absence into a lesson. A reminder that some things once lost cannot be regained. So let your transformation be the final resounding message. You are not here for anyone's convenience. You are a rare treasure, a living masterpiece, and from now on, you are the standard they can't reach. Let them wander in search of a substitute that will never live up to what they once had. For in their endless pursuit, they will come to realize the irreplaceable nature of your presence. And that realization, like a bitter aftertaste, will be the only legacy they ever inherit. The door stays shut, no second chances. If they had to lose you to see your value, they never truly valued you in the first place. Read that again, let it sink in, because right now, someone is coming back. They always do, but not because they've changed. Not because they suddenly woke up and realized your worth. Not because they finally see you as the best thing that ever happened to them. No, they're coming back because they lost control, because their ego took a hit, because they thought you'd always be there. And now you're not. And if you let them back in, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. Because the second you open that door, you show them that losing you wasn't real. It was just a temporary inconvenience. Imagine this. You quit a job where they underpaid you, overworked you, and never appreciated you. You move on, find something better, start thriving, and suddenly the old job calls you back. We miss you. Things will be different now. We realize what we had. But do they really miss you? No. They miss the way you overworked yourself for them. They miss how you put up with things no one else would. They miss how they could take without ever having to give. And the second you say yes, they relax again. Because now they know they can neglect you. They know they can disappear whenever they want. They know they can disrespect you and walk away without ever facing real consequences. Because in their mind, you'll always take them back. And let me tell you something. That is the fastest way to destroy your own worth. Because when you let them back in, you're not just letting them in. You're telling yourself that you were never worth more. That all the hurt, all the disrespect, all the bare minimum they gave before was acceptable. And trust me, they will repeat the cycle. They will leave again. They will take you for granted again. They will treat you exactly the same way. Why wouldn't they? You just showed them that they can. But you're smarter now. You're not the same person who settles. You're not the person who waits around hoping to be chosen. You're not the person who falls for empty words over real actions. Because here's the truth, if they truly saw your worth, they wouldn't have had to lose you to realize it. If they truly loved you, they never would have risked losing you in the first place. If they truly changed, you wouldn't have to wonder. They would prove it. And let's be real, if you have to question whether or not someone is serious about you, they're not. People don't fumble things they value. People don't risk losing what they know is rare. Why? People don't play games with the ones they love. So let me ask you, are you still waiting for them to convince you? Are you still hoping that this time will be different? Are you still entertaining the idea that they finally understand what they lost? Or are you finally ready to shut the door forever? Because here's the reality. If you let them back in, you erase everything you just worked for. You erase the strength, you erase the strength, you erase the lesson. And for what? For someone who only wanted you after they realized they couldn't have you? Absolutely not. You're done explaining your worth. You're done proving your value. You're done allowing people to believe they can walk in and out of your life as they please. This time when they come back, they find the door locked. And trust me, nothing will haunt them more than realizing they can never get back what they so carelessly lost. So stand firm in your decision. Embrace your power. And remember that your worth is not contingent on someone else's recognition of it. You are worthy simply by being you. Make the choice to prioritize yourself and your well-being. As you move forward, focus on the life you want to create. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, appreciate you, and recognize your value. Build a future that reflects your worth and aspirations. In the end, this journey is about you reclaiming your strength, confidence, and self-respect. So take that step, embrace your transformation, and never look back. You are deserving of all the love and respect you seek, and it starts with you. Now, go out there and show the world the incredible person you are becoming.